Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be talking about espresso drinks and types of espresso drinks. So this is meant to be a guide to help you order at your local coffee shop and to help your baristas know what you want so everybody's happy. And this can also help you if you're starting out at home and you're learning how to, make your own espresso and everything. These are some common drinks that you should give a try. So first, we're gonna start with our espresso drinks. So you have your, typical double shot of espresso, fairly common, fairly straightforward. And then we have your macchiato, which this one, as a barista, is really fun because we all know that Starbucks has a caramel macchiato. And when you go to a local coffee shop and order a macchiato, it's not going to be what you're thinking if you're thinking of the Starbucks one. So a traditional macchiato is a double shot of espresso and then just a dollop of foam on top. So as you can imagine, this makes for quite a bit of confusion when you go and order this at your local coffee shop. Next, you have your Cubano. So this is a really fun drink. It's a double shot of espresso and some raw sugar on the bottom. So it really packs a punch in that tiny little drink. Next, we have our cortado. And so that is personally my favorite. And so it's a double shot of espresso and then equal parts milk. So typically it's about a 4-ounce drink. So we're thinking 2 ounces of espresso and 2 ounces of steamed milk. And now with all of these espresso drinks, typically they are going to be served with sparkling water, which makes the cortado so special. So it's a really strong latte, if you will, and then you get a little bit of sparkling water as a palate cleanser. So give these a try. All right, next up we have our favorite drinks. Typically, these are the most common drinks that you'll see at a coffee shop or the most common drinks that you'll see people order. So here they are. So we have our Americano, which is typically a double or a triple shot of espresso and hot water. Or something to note about all of these drinks actually is that you can serve them hot or iced. Next, we have our cappuccino, and that is going to be the same double or triple shot of espresso with a little bit of steamed milk and then more foam on top. So that's how the cappuccino is different than, say, the latte, is that it's gonna have typically more foam on there. And it might be a bit of a smaller drink as well. So then we have our latte, which is everyone's favorite. So that's gonna be double, triple shot of espresso, steamed milk, and a little bit of foam on top. And a latte is typically one that, if someone wants syrup, that's what they would add it to. Vanilla, caramel, super popular. And here's another pro tip. You know how I mentioned earlier about the macchiato and how the Starbucks one is not a traditional macchiato? If you do go to your local coffee shop, typically if you order a latte with caramel and vanilla, it's gonna be pretty similar to that caramel macchiato from Starbucks. Then we have our mocha, which is double triple shot of espresso, and then we have some chocolate on the bottom because chocolate complements espresso really, really nicely. Then we have steamed milk and a little bit of foam on top. So the latte and the mocha are pretty similar. The mocha just has chocolate in it. And something to note, so I marked the chocolate as an extra to make it a mocha. And then we have cinnamon on top of the cappuccino, which also complements espresso really nicely. So these are some favorites. Give these a try. All right, so next up we have our non-espresso coffee drinks. So first up is drip coffee, and that's just the classic one. All the old people are drinking it, young people are drinking it, everyone's drinking it. And then we have a pour over, which is kind of new and trendy and also really delicious. So I wanted to show you a little device that my brother actually loves to use. So this little guy, you have filters for it, and then you just place this over your cup. Your beans go in the filter, and then you pour hot water in there and you make a pour over. Super delicious, super easy, and an art in itself. And then next up, we have the French press. which is a great little device, and it's also great for making cold brew. So basically you put your beans in, you put the hot water in, this filter sits at the top, and then as it's steeped and you're ready, you push it down, the beans go down, and then your drink is up here. Super delicious. And that brings me to cold brew. It is the best go-to drink. It's my go-to drink. It's super easy, really delicious. So essentially it's just coffee brewed and it's steeped for a longer period and it's typically stronger. Sometimes there's a concentrate, but yeah, poured over ice, super good. And then we have a little bit of an exclusive. So Vietnamese coffee is not typically something that you'll find at most, normal American coffee shops, but it is really delicious. And I think that you need to give it a try. So here are my grounds, and here is the little device that it comes in. And normally Vietnamese coffee is served with sweetened condensed milk. So it's really strong, but also a little bit sweet and just really, really good. A nice treat for you. And that brings me to our non-coffee drinks that you'll find at most coffee shops. So we have a chai latte, everyone's favorite. We've got cinnamon, spices in there, steamed milk, or you can also do this one iced. My favorite is to do a dirty chai, and that is a chai latte with espresso in there, super good. And then we have a London Fog, which is a great drink for this time of year. So it's Earl Grey tea, steeped, and then we have steamed milk and a little bit of vanilla in there. Nice and warm and cozy, super good. And then we have a matcha latte. Now, I will admit that matcha is not something that I know too much about, and I would love to learn more about it. So maybe in the future we could do a video about matcha. And then we have our golden latte. Now, this is something that is a little different. So it's kind of a turmeric-based drink. So you have your golden latte powder typically, and then steamed milk. So it's turmeric and other spices, and it's supposed to be really great for inflammation. So if you're wanting a little change from espresso drinks, these are great drinks to give a try. All right, guys, so that concludes my lesson for today. Thanks for coming. I hope you learned something, and I hope this video gave you a little kick to give something new a try. So thanks for watching Indie Beans.